heterosexual porn when you make a girl like when you say that it's because of female.
Because the girl, she's orgasming,
she's creating, she's highly lubricated. And hey guys, welcome to another episode of Queer Millennial, The Key, a talk show about LGBTQ experiences from our perspectives as people of color. I'm Prince Derek Dahl.
And I am Julian. Y'all know who I am.
And I'm James.
And today we're going to talk about porn. Stay with us.
Really?
Oh my.
So for today's episode of The Queer Millennial, we are starting off with an icebreaker that I like to call confessions.
Okay.
And since we're talking about porn, we are going to be confessing to all of our guilty pleasures that are considered naughty and nice, nasty, and all that stuff. So the first one will be, who is your favorite porn star?
My go-to is honestly XL and Hot Rod.
You stole mine, you knew that. My favorite is Hot Rod.
Listen,
I think because I can relate. We have like almost the same body type. Well, before he started working out, and then he's a verse.
But you said earlier, XL.
yeah.
He is like a favorite amongst like all the gays. Everyone loves him. He's not problematic.
Yeah.
He's
really intelligent.
Relatable.
Intelligent.
He is intelligent.
I know
Plays
that.
video games. We follow him on Twitter.
Oh, you follow these people outside of porn?
Yeah, he's like one of the few porn stars that I follow.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need that fourth wall broken. It breaks the fantasy. I don't need to know you in real life. I need to know.
I mean,
it's Twitter. We don't really know him on real
You want
life.
to break your fourth wall though.
Oh wait, and I have another honorable mention.
Who?
Giovanni.
Oh yeah, I was like in 6th grade, and
Yeah.
I
You know, he
wouldn't.
recently just appeared in an episode of Pose.
Probably I would have put it back.
Oh yeah, he walks balls now, right?
I think so, yeah.
He walks balls instead of juggling them and slinging them.
What's your favorite kind of porn or category or type of porn?
I like watching threesomes.
So you like orgies?
Group sex.
Group sex.
Okay.
Yes. It's kind of a go-to because there's so much going on. It's just like, oh my god.
It's a lot. Especially if you've done it in real life, it's a lot.
This episode is making me feel so seen. Mom, if you're watching, I am so sorry. So my favorite type of porn is to watch bisexual porn.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why is that?
because I'm bisexual. And I think that,
Representation matters.
yeah, representation matters. And just watching like the different mix-ups, like, 2 girls, 1 guy, 2 guys, 1 girl, 1 girl, a guy.
The girl puts on the strap on, the girl's licking the booty hole.
Yep.
All that stuff.
The first time I got my date was by a girl.
My favorite, I guess, category or type, I don't know if this would be a category, but I like the daddy porn.
Oh, like the grown.
The older, not like you're like
Not like-
senior citizen porn, but like
You watch
there's
the
an age,
the grown
there's an
sex.
age difference.
Okay.
Like the 40-year-old and like the 20-something-year-old.
like the gay R. Kelly channel.
Like, I don't know. It's something like
You like the mature.
maybe I
mature
got
man.
daddy issues.
Maybe you do.
That's something
It's okay.
to unpack.
You crave intimacy from
Older men.
older men.
What do you like most about porn?
It's an escape because it's like, say for example, you don't have that partner to act out that fantasy. It'll probably be on there as a porn or something like that. You might not be able to find it in real life, but you might be able to find it in porn or something.
I mean, so this is more recent because like the birth of like OnlyFans and Just for Fans and all those third-party providers. I like the fact that people can be their own directors and creatives and create their own porn, and now they're not being prisoners to these companies, these production companies who really don't give a damn about them. They care about the money. So I do like that about porn, that people can create their own, and people can like have their own, like provide for themselves from making their own porn. Like I've seen bank statements from OnlyFans, and baby, let me tell you,
Listen.
Those baked steak, them people bring home like 50K. So the good ones, they bring home like 50K a month. Now, let's get into it. If we really want to talk about numbers, those people bring in money, and then there's people who just do it for fun, who are bringing in like $500 checks, $1,000 checks. Like, that's life changing for a lot of people. And like, you're not being held by these production companies doing things that you aren't comfortable with doing. So I do like that about porn, that you can be your own creative, and you can be your own. You can damn near call yourself an entrepreneur. You can damn near call yourself a filmmaker and all that stuff.
I think another thing I like about it also is the fact that there's some form of inclusivity with it, because there's, like I said, there's something for everybody. There's some people who like people who are more slimmer, and people who are more on the bigger side. And there's something there for everyone.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. The diversity in porn. Like there's not just one thing.
Now, granted, it doesn't translate within our community, because some people
people are always going to still have their hang-ups about certain things. But something I like about porn is that, for me, when I first stumbled upon porn as a teenager, was that I would deconstruct porn. Like, I would deconstruct the storylines, as far as like social cues. Now that could also be a bad thing, because it's fantasy, but sometimes, what I've learned now as an adult is that most of the time when you get in the bedroom, everybody is playing a fantasy in their head anyway, and that's what you want to get into. So it kind of helped me shape like how I structured my sex program, or what I call like what my
So you kind of like took things from porn and added it to like your arsenal, to your skill set.
To my skill set. I was like, okay, I can I'm like, oh, it became from like, oh, this is what they're doing. Like, this is what people do when they're having sex. Like some extreme things. And then as I got older, I was like, okay, well, actually, I can try this and see if I can master this. And if I master it, if I like it, then I can add that to one of my bags of tricks.
What do you like least about porn?
The stereotypes. Because they definitely love to place people who look a certain way within a certain bracket, whether it's the light skins are considered the bottoms and the dark skin are considered the tops, or the dark skinned men have the bigger dicks and the light skinned men are considered submissive. And it's just like, that's not how any of this works at all.
It's all fake.
It is.
It's all fake.
And then I think some of the storylines also have kind of blew my shit as well.
I'm like, how many people delivering pizza and getting plowed at the same time? Like, that's crazy. I should work at Domino's.
It's like, how many people are renting out a house and going to Futwell?
My least favorite thing about porn is the false expectations it creates, like in the bedroom. Like, even though it gives away the fantasy, and like I said, you pull things that you want to try and do, but like every time we have sex, like, this is not going to be like an hour-long porno session. Like,
oh yeah, gymnastics are not going to be involved like that.
Right.
You're not going to have me doing cartwheels on it.
Right. And unrealistic expectations as far as performance too. I'm like, now if you can listen, there are some men that can stay hard for hours at a time, bust 5 nuts and stuff like that, but that is atypical. And most of the porns that we watch, I didn't know until I started looking at production, is that like they take 8-hour shoots. Like, they stop.
Yeah, they're not continuously having sex. They're stopping. They're taking
breaks, eating, douche, all that stuff. But for us, it's just like, damn, this is like a 30-minute day. Like, it's a session, right? Yeah. But no, like, you're getting this good 8 minutes, and then you're getting the me. And I will take a nap, and I'll see you in another 30 minutes.
Not another hour.
I said hours, 30 minutes. Give me 30 minutes, and I decompress. Now it's time to get to the meat and potatoes of the conversation. Welcome to The Key. So, we were talking about, what we liked about porn, our favorite porn stars were, when we first, engaged and interacted with porn. So in this conversation that we've expressed and shared some of our thoughts, is porn for you fantasy, or is it reality? How do you see it?
I feel like it's a very, very blurred line between fantasy and reality. Because some people like to act out some things when they're in a relationship with their partner just to keep things spicy. But some people expect it almost every day, and it's like, Nah, you just want to get this quick throw that ass back and get the ASAP. Granted, in an ideal situation, some people would love that, but it's just like, come on, like we're regular people having regular sex.
I think that it is more fantasy than like reality. The reality is the sex. Like they're having sex. At the end of the day, this is a business to consumer type of relationship. They are selling you something. And the things that they're selling you on is not what you're going to get in real life. Like the behind, even like we don't see what's going on. We only see, like in production, you see what the editors want you to see.
Yeah.
Right? All you're getting is edited footage. You're not seeing the raw footage. You're not seeing what's actually happening. You're not seeing the fluffers who are getting these men hard. The lighting to make this stuff look better than what it is.
The glycerin.
Yeah, all of that stuff.
That might come out.
Yeah, these scripted storylines to make this sex seem better, even though the storylines be so bad sometimes. Actually, most of the time they're horrible, the storylines, but it's just, they are selling you. They're selling you just like they're selling you a slice of pizza, like they're selling you furniture, like they are selling you on.
They're selling you the fantasy.
They are a business. They're running a business. It's not real at all.
I think porn now is kind of like a mix of both, because like you said, with the rise of OnlyFans and Just for Fans, like this is reality for some people. Like their livelihood now
depends on them. Depends on that.
Hey, like seriously, like being you think like, hey, and this happened. Where, hey, I'm gonna be in your area. Would you like to make you want to make a movie with me? And it's like, what are you trying to like hook up with me? Like, you want to hang out like on a date? Like, no, let's make a movie. No, you don't have to worry about your face being in it, but let's make a movie. And I'm just like, I don't want to link up with you so you can film me for your OnlyFans. Like, this is like people are using it as a real like thing. I think it's fantasy. It's supposed to inspire you to, live out your wildest dreams and thoughts, sexual desires in your head, like stuff that you wouldn't normally do, like even the introduction of food into sex, or people who are using different types of toys and appliances like you wouldn't normally use.
Yeah.
But I think now it's kind of the lines of fantasy and reality in this particular society we live in now are being blurred every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a mix of both.
Are there any benefits from watching porn?
I think there
What
are.
are the benefits of watching porn?
I think there are. I think it's just the fact that I think you could learn, as was mentioned earlier, you could learn some new things for your arsenal. Also, it kind of stops you from making that mistake that you don't want to make. So are you
talking about post-nut clarity?
Post-nut clarity.
What is that?
It's basically that feeling after you
Like I got what I wanted, I really need this
and you know
person.
that feeling after you ejaculate, like I'm just I don't feel like
I don't
doing
know
this.
what
Why are
I'm
you even
I'm
here?
tired.
Like that ill
I'm
feeling.
hungry.
Why is the cat before your feet?
Yeah, so it's that, and people use that as a way to measure their decision making.
Don't touch me.
So that's why it's called that.
A benefit of watching porn, I guess like outside of the post-nut clarity, I think that for those who aren't as free sexually, it allows them a chance to kind of explore themselves more. Like I knew that like I didn't masturbate until I was around like 23 or 4. Like I didn't. Yeah. So if I think like I'm having sex, I'm gonna have sex. But I wasn't comfortable with self pleasure. I didn't feel like it was something that it just didn't feel. I didn't feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, I can't believe
It didn't feel.
it.
Like,
I get you.
well, I mean, I had to learn my body,
Yeah.
and I had but watching other people masturbate and like what works for them, and I realized like, watching men with cut penises versus uncut penises, like there are different tricks and different sensations that work differently, and so I had to learn my body.
Right.
And so I think that was one of the benefits, that it allowed me to privately say, it was the point of reference, like, oh, I should try that, or maybe I should do it this way.
Yeah.
Or like, so the education part for me was one of the benefits.
The sex positivity
Yeah.
standpoint, you get just the liberation and the representation in the media, like porn, like in the media. So you see that, and it's a way to you can empower yourself through watching porn.
Right.
So speaking about empowerment, how do you feel that porn affects our interpersonal and romantic relationships?
When we would have sex, my former partner would watch porn after the fact, and it made me feel a way about myself, in a sense. It made me feel
Weren't enough.
like I weren't enough. And I expressed that to him a few times. I was like, is this something that's not your cup of tea, like that I'm doing in bed, or is my body or something like that not your cup of tea? And he was like, no, it's just the fact that I just like porn. And unfortunately, things didn't work out between us.
Was he addicted, like a porn addiction?
I don't think
That's
it
a
was.
thing too, by the way.
That is a thing, and it's common.
It
It's more
is.
common.
I don't think he was porn addicted. I just think the fact that he was so used to using self-pleasure to get himself off, that when a partner arrives, it was something.
This was fun, but my body likes it.
Yeah, he knows himself.
In terms of like interpersonal relationships, and it goes down to like the whole expectation thing. Like you watch porn, you see this man with this gigantic penis, and after being addicted or just watching that all the time, because we know how men masturbate a lot. So when we masturbate to porn, and if we're constantly watching the same stereotypes, the same things that are happening, we're going to slowly introduce that into our own lives. And like soon enough, we're going to be looking for that same man who we see on TV, and that's bad for our interpersonal relationships, because you don't
stigma and isolation too.
Yeah, and you don't see in porn, like I said, it's a business. You don't see, like, they're not selling you interpersonal relationships. They're selling you porn. They're selling you sex. They don't give a about relationships. They don't care about the communication. How do you get this person from the street to the door to the bed? There's none of that. It's just you're in the bed, and that's it. There's more to that. We're humans. We're more complex than that. It's not about just this. It's also about the communication. Aspect, which is not in porn. And it's not their fault. They're selling you, but that's not that. And that destroys interpersonal relationships when you wholeheartedly bring that into your own relationship.
Another way that I think porn has affected me is because during sex, or when I'm talking, I'm very nonverbal. And I've had partners in the past who kind of like get irritated because I'm not fuck yeah, or like I'm just not that, because for me, when I'm in that role in the bedroom, it's like I'm listening to your body. I'm trying to hear what your response is so I can know what my next play is to take it where I want to take it. So I think about that, like, okay, well maybe I need to work on ways to communicate better during sex so that it doesn't feel like they're being a porn star for me, and I'm just there, So we just had an amazing conversation today about porn. We talked about our introduction to it, what we like, what we don't like, who our favorite players were in the game, and how it affects us personally. But we want to hear from you. So make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Queer Millennial, and tweet us at QueerM, and you can also follow us on Instagram at Queer Millennial as well. And this has been another episode of Queer Millennial, The Key. We'll see you next time.